speak with one of my friends. This is Dave. Say hi, Dave.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm gonna let Dave tell you about himself, and then we'll start talking about something or other.
Well, there's not much to say. I recently worked in the film industry. Currently doing the freelancing thing right now, trying to do some stuff, launch some projects out of my own. And yeah, right now living in New Jersey and having fun. Reconnecting with the family after being away for about 9 years. How you doing?
All right, I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. No complaints.
Awesome. Uh, I don't know, Dave. What do you want to talk about tonight? What do you want to talk about?
Oh,
Anything on your mind?
all right.
Anything?
Uh, well, my mind right now is a blank slate.
Oh, okay.
I just
All
see
right.
white.
I got something that's a never fail. Conor McGregor taking on. You know who he's fighting?
Yeah, Khalid, I can't.
Khabib.
Khabib, thank you. Yeah,
Yes, Khabib.
Khabib. Okay,
Who's
James,
yeah.
test it out now because I'm about to go into a rant and I want to save it for the actual show.
I'm record. This is being broadcast right now.
Really? I thought this was a test.
It is a test, but it's being broadcast.
Oh, okay. Well, Khabib, in my opinion, is going to um, have his way if he can get the. I'll say this. My prediction is simply this: if Khabib can get him down, the fight is over. And I believe the moment he gets him down, rather if it's in the first round, the moment he gets him down, it's over, no matter what round it is.
First, second,
That's,
third, it doesn't matter.
doesn't matter. It means that if Khabib can't get him down, it means that Connor is being elusive and being hard to chase down, and maybe Khabib needs to be careful because I'm sure if he's charging in to try to take Connor down, Connor could probably counter with something pretty nice that could probably. But I know Khabib could take a shot if I'm not mistaken. But
So far, he's taken some heavy
yeah,
shots, but
he is.
he
I'm
hasn't
sorry.
taken real like massively heavy shots like from a one punch knockout guy. Like he
Now,
fought what was it, Michael Johnson?
yeah, Michael Johnson's not. He's a good. He has good head movements.
But he's not like a power striker.
No, he's not a
So,
power striker.
but he rocked Khabib a little bit, kind of put him on the back pedal for a little bit.
Oh wow. Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't see
yeah,
that. That fight I did
yeah.
not see.
It's a
But
pretty interesting event. But after that, Khabib, took him down and messed out
finished
of
them. That's it. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly that. That's gonna be. You can make the case that Johnson could be a prerequisite for Connor. I mean, to Connor for Khabib, but don't be surprised if it becomes if the Johnson fight ends up being something a lot more tougher than when he fights Connor. Don't be surprised by that either. I
I
don't
would
know.
be. I would be.
I
Connor's
wouldn't be.
Connor's got uh movement. He moves very well in there. He's got precision striking, very precise. His
Mhm.
timing is off the charts.
I agree.
Um, and Khabib, when going for his double leg or single leg, he tends to just kind of go for it. He doesn't really like set it up behind strikes very well. So
Okay.
that
Okay.
kind of it kind of gives a little bit of an opening for Connor. But will he be able to transition that into a knockout or what have you? We'll have to see.
Well, see. There's two things that I'm thinking about as you were mentioning this. Two things. Um, I you probably can answer this better for me. Can Connor? You ever seen Connor put someone away or get someone hurt while backing away with a strike?
Hmm. You know what? That's a real good question. I think I have seen him stun somebody while backing away. I'll have to go back to the videotape and really take a look at that.
Mhm.
But yeah, Connor's he's got very amazing timing, and that's what it takes there. And he's
And
got power. He's got power. That left hand is
Oh, no question. No question. No, Conor has, like I said, when it comes to his striking, I have no issues with that because the guy, you could see, you could see he loves striking. You could see that he knows that's his baby. He knows, so he loves it. He wants to strike. He likes to pose when he strikes. It's like he's having. That's his way. That's his fun. That's what makes Conor McGregor Conor. Now, the second thing I need to ask you, because every time I think about Conor fighting Khabib, the first thing that comes to mind when he fought Chad Mendes. That's the fight that keeps, that fight just keeps circling my head. Because remember one thing about this fight. Yeah, Conor won. Conor won the fight. Chad had his way. Anytime Chad Mendes wanted him down, it went down. Didn't Chaz take that fight off 2 weeks notice?
Yeah. He did.
And he did. Indeed. Right. And now he's going to. Now I don't know how many years was that. Was that what 2 years ago that fight took place? 2, 3 years ago.
It had to be something like 2. No, because he hasn't fought in the UFC for like 2 years.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So now here's the thing. It had to
be like maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
When you make the case that Khabib is a lethal ground guy,
yes, you don't have to make that case. He's already made that case.
He already made that case.
Yes.
And the thing is, right now that when you think about it, like, okay, so Conor hasn't fought in the UFC in God knows how long.
2 years,
about 2 years. Now he fought Chad Mendes off 2 week notice, and Chad pretty much had his way with him. Okay. If Chad, like you said, we spoke about this before, and you made the case that Chad wanted to win. He wanted to, he advanced. That to me was what made him lose the fight. If he would have kept that position, the fight would have ended there, or the referee would have stood them up.
I think Chad needed. I think he needed to win because he didn't have the gas.
But that's what I'm exactly. But he had. He had top position.
Okay.
He had top position. Sometimes, this might sound a little weird, but what Chad Mendes needs to do that day, at that particular moment, lay and pray, baby, and he would win that fight.
But that's not how Chad Mendes fights.
But again, he didn't train for this guy.
He's not a lay and pray, but he's not a lay and pray type.
2 weeks notice, buddy. Everything goes out the window.
Yes, but again, he wanted to win.
Fight, he was winning.
He didn't want to go to the judges.
It doesn't matter. At least
we
have that controversy. I mean,
these are fighters.
Listen,
it matters.
Okay. Well, you know what? If I had a proper training camp and I was in the best physical condition and all that stuff, then that would have been different. But 2 weeks notice,
he knew coming into the fight that he didn't have a full camp. He wasn't going to be 100%, but he wasn't going to go in there and lay and pray.
No, but he
called him up. They didn't give him the call because he was a lay and pray fighter. They gave him a call because he was a fighter willing to go in there and risk it all.
But that's the thing, though. He was at that point. I don't remember how much time was left, but hey, he was gonna win that fight. He was gonna win if he could at least land some, not bombs, but at least stay active enough to keep the referee from standing up and to keep the crowd from booing. I guess. I mean, I think the crowd was stunned. How easy, simple, very little effort that Chad Mendes was able to take down Conor McGregor. I mean, it was like, my God, does McGregor has any kind of takedown defense? I couldn't believe how easy it was.
I don't remember it very, very clearly. I'm sitting here trying to picture it now, and I don't remember it being that easy. I remember a lot of scrambles. I remember him taking him down but not keeping him down. And I do remember him getting him down and and holding him there for a bit, but I don't remember it being that easy. I do remember Mendes hitting him too.
I need to rewatch it like you. I have to rewatch it myself. But when I think about the Khabib fight, all I'm thinking about is how easy Mendes. Keeping him down was definitely something that he had a hard time doing. I do remember Conor getting back out, but I mean, after a while, it wasn't instant. It did take time. But again, Khabib is like on another
Yeah,
level.
he's a whole different animal.
Exactly.
He gets into that position. It's bad. That's really
yeah,
bad.
I think it's really bad. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, I can't. I don't know.
Pounder though.
Huh?
He's a ground and pounder. He just grounds you and pounds you. He's not very sophisticated at all.
And he's the guy.
That's the issue too. Is that there's yet to be anybody to get from underneath him.
Nope.
You know, but a lot of the people that he fought, I don't know if they're really high jiu-jitsu guys.
And neither is Conor. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Conor fought Nate. Nate's high jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, but you saw that fight.
Yeah, it was bloody. That's what that fight was.
It was a good fight, but it wasn't jiu-jitsu. It was pretty much a stand-up war.
Yeah, well,
he dropped Nate twice.
That's the Conor McGregor effect right there.
That's what I'm saying. But I don't think Khabib is gonna. I don't think Khabib is gonna. I don't think Khabib is on. I don't think Khabib doesn't even would have any interest of trying to stand up with this guy. I don't think Khabib.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I don't think Khabib cares at all.
His coaches already have been saying,
"This is not going to happen."
Yeah,
forget it. It's not going to happen with Khabib. Forget it. I don't know how much of a good striker Khabib is, but with Khabib, I look at this guy and I see this guy who is kind of deceiving. Meaning, you look at him, I could take this guy. This guy is nothing. But this guy, underneath that little frame of his, is this really powerful, strong dude.
Who could be?
That once he gets you under, man.
He's not a small dude. He's a big dude.
No, but I mean, I look at him. Well, I'm a big guy. That's why I look at him. He looks small to me. But
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Some big with muscles. You know what I'm saying? But no, when I see him, he looks like an average build type of guy to me. But underneath, he's just massively strong. I don't think
I showed you the videos of him as a kid wrestling
a bear. Yes. So
the guy is no joke.
Wrestling a bear, James.
I know. No joke. Absolutely no joke.
Look, you already know I'm not a fan of Conor, and I'm not trying to, bring Conor down. No, Conor is kind of entertaining. I love seeing him strike. I gave him no chance against Mayweather. And I did pick what's his name? The former champion that he knocked out in 14 seconds. What's his name again?
Jose Aldo.
I picked him to win, not knowing Jose Aldo didn't watch our show. That's why he that's why he lost.
That is why he lost.
That's why he lost that fight. He didn't watch our show. He should have watched the show. Like, oh wow, David makes sense. I don't like that James guy though, but I like Dave's. But so that stunned me. I was surprised that Jose, a guy who probably doesn't understand English that well, allowed Conor to get into his head.
He got into his head really good.
And that's why, and that pretty much was what happened.
That summed it up. That was the fight.
Yeah,
that was the fight.
Yeah, and another thing, but lightning. Conor caught lightning in the bottle twice because Jose, he got into Jose's head, and his next fight, the guy didn't even show up. That guy came in defeated.
Right.
You know what I mean? He made a joke out of him in Madison Square Garden, out of all places. Made the guy look like a joke. Okay, the guy did not show up. So then he moves on to fight Mayweather. But in all this time, was Conor working on his ground game? Like, did his knockout of Mendes cover the fact that this guy has zero ground defense or ground anything? You know what I mean?
Let me say this about Conor McGregor. What I've noticed that he's not quick to he has that movement coach. I'm trying to remember the guy's name right now. I don't remember the guy's name, but he's sort of he's a movement coach. He does all of these different strange moves and he works out different muscles. It's quite impressive. I can't remember his name though right off the bat. And he it's like cutting edge though. I mean, he's not doing what was done necessarily what is standard UFC stuff. It's something that people would say, like, why is he doing that? And that has helped out his game tremendously. And that's what I think about Conor. He's always looking for something new to help his game out even more. I feel like he is trying to push himself, push his limits. Like the idea of him getting in there with one of the best boxers in the world was amazing. And that was him pushing himself to reach another level. Do you think now that he's took that time, which he should have had more time, but you know, it is what it is, to fight Mayweather, you think his striking level went up a little bit?
You know, it's interesting. This might sound odd, but this is how I could say it. In the UFC, his striking looked amazing. Against Mayweather, it looked amateurish.
See, you're the boxing guy, so I'm not going to argue with what you saw.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's what
you saw. I just saw him clip Mayweather a couple of times in that fight.
Yeah, but did Mayweather take a backward step?
It doesn't matter.
Again, answer. No, that's what I'm saying. He hit him. But again,
if we're going the way Mayweather fights, Mayweather doesn't always back people up with a strike. His idea is
Mayweather is the defense and counter.
Exactly, and that's what I'm talking about. But he'll defensively move out the way, and he'll tag on the way out, not going to try and knock a guy out. No. It's more just a tag. You know what I mean?
Like I said, in my opinion,
you're the boxing guy. I'm giving you.
And I hear you, and you know, and like I said, I now again, I will say this though, and to answer your question, I'm going to say probably yeah, because he fought a guy that was like, you know, legendary, like Mayweather,
light years ahead of him.
You know, probably could be one of the best boxers ever. Because again, he's still not hurt. Mayweather is going to go on and live for a very long life, and he's still going to have a sharp mind, and it won't deteriorate over time compared to some other fighters because they got hit too many times in their heads. Now, but that being said, though, when he goes back to MMA, I could see his striking could improve. I think he's gonna learn from a lot from the Mayweather fight. But again,
I hope he continued to train boxing too. But
here's the thing though, he's not. But see, that's the thing though. He's not fighting another striker. He's fighting a guy he's not gonna strike with him, and the guy who's probably going to just take him down. I don't know if Conor. I don't know. We're not in this camp, but has Conor McGregor improved from the holes in his game when he fought a 2-week notice Chad Mendes?
Now, you still forgetting that he did win that fight, right?
But again, that's what I said. The phrase 2 weeks, off for 2 weeks notice. Okay, that's something you have to understand. And I don't know if Chad Mendes is on the same level on the ground as Khabib. I don't know. But
I would have to say he's definitely in the ballpark.
He's definitely in the ballpark. But
yeah,
2 weeks.
He's an amazing wrestler.
No,
I'm not saying he's a Khabib. You know, I think Khabib is sort of a rare thing, but
no, exactly. Now, keep in mind though, Khabib is not coming up 2 weeks notice.
That's his bread and butter.
That's it, exactly. Mendes. I see Mendes do some nice stuff for striking, but like when he fought the second time, that fight was actually pretty good. That was a very good fight when he fought for the title against the former champion. The first fight, it was quick, but the second fight was actually quite good. I mean, I was surprised that Chad was able to tag as much as he did against his name again escapes me. He'll come back, but again, I don't. But like I said, this is so you take Conor his last fight. A last ground fighter was a guy he fought off of 2 weeks notice. And a guy I believe he had the reach advantage with. Also, I don't think he has the reach advantage against Khabib. What's the teletype between those two? I know Khabib's taller than Mendes.
I think he might have a reach advantage. I think when Johnson's reach is like an inch or two shorter than Conor McGregor's.
Oh, really? Oh, Conor. Oh, really? Conor has a longer reach than Johnson?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I had no idea. Oh, okay. I thought Johnson would be the.
Yeah, would have the longer reach, right?
I would assume he does. Yeah.
I think it's just the way Conor is built again.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. See, I didn't know that. That's interesting. I just assumed that, but now that I'm thinking about it, so yeah, like I said, I can't, I just can't see how Khabib. I just don't see what Conor can do to at least make Khabib think. Like all right, here's my question. Will Conor McGregor be able to get Khabib to abandon the takedown and try something else?
I seriously doubt he'll abandon it, but I'm thinking that Conor's gonna again stay on the bicycle, to quote you. And,
he has to. He better.
And just try to pick him apart from the outside, and wait for that moment where he goes for that takedown, and try and zing him on his way in.
Yeah, I mean that's something he's gonna have to do. Question is though,
can he do it? He's got the movement.
Oh no, right. I'm sure he could do it. No question.
In the UFC, names that I note, Max Holloway. He's got a win over Max Holloway.
Oh yeah, but McGregor.
Yes.
Yeah, but this is early Max Holloway.
Yeah, but he's got a win over him. That's what I'm saying.
Early Max Holloway, brother.
All right, Dustin Poirier.
Oh, that's I don't put Poirier at a very high level, in my opinion. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No, that's
I don't know why.
We can keep going.
Go ahead.
Dennis Siver.
Dennis Siver, I saw that fight. Dennis Siver was going to lose only because Conor is a striker and a very good striker, and he had the height and reach advantage. And Siver would have to eat a lot just to get inside of that. And I was like, yeah, Conor had this thing going away.
Okay. Then there's Chad Mendes.
Which we already know.
Yes, we already know. He almost made it into the third there. Jose Aldo, which was
a
quick knockout.
But exactly. He didn't watch our show. That's on him.
Yeah. Now we got Nate Diaz, where he had 2 fights with Nate.
Yeah. Now Nate was also coming off 2 weeks, a short notice fight too, right? But not 2 weeks ago.
For the first one.
The second one was such a good fight, and I know Conor dropped him twice and Nate dropped him once. The drops, I mean, there were flash knockdowns for Nate, so I can't, but I can't take that away. I make the case, it could have. It was a good fight, though. I mean, it was. I don't know if I would give it to Conor or to Nate. I probably can call it a draw, in my opinion. I don't know if I would give it. But again, Conor dropped him twice. You can't take that away from him. So
yeah,
it was a good fight. I mean, I got a lot of respect for Conor after that fight, because Conor realized, I like what he did. He focused on that fight. He came back and, he wanted that victory. And I don't know if I would give it to him, but man, the fight was good. It was a great fight. I'm sure everybody's waiting for the third one. I'm sure. Honestly, that's probably the fight they should have made. But I guess, because the fans and the general public would like to see Nate Conor too. But as far as the way things are supposed to be, yeah, Khabib is the rightful guy he should face. I just think that he's walking into hell right now, in my opinion. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's I have a tendency to go against Conor, and in this one, I have that tendency to go against him as well.
Mm-hmm.
But every time I go against him, he wins.
Well, didn't you like Connor against Jose Aldo? Hey, I remembered his name finally.
No. I thought for certain Jose was not going to rush in there and
Yeah. Yeah,
that was not my first thinking. I thought for sure it was going to be a test of skill.
Yep.
They were going to be tentative at first, and then they were going to move it on up. But that I was not expecting that in the first 14 seconds the fight to be over.
Yep.
But I think it was over just going into the fight. I think Conor McGregor,
it was done. It was over.
Yeah, he was in his head already, so that was it.
And and it's so funny because I remember when I first saw the fight, I thought they said, are you ready? Ready? Let's get it on. And he comes running in and gets caught, not realizing they actually stood toe to toe for a few seconds, looking for openings. Then out of nowhere, this guy just rushes. I'm like, wow, that is very odd. That is very, very odd. I was surprised to see that. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Like I said, I saw it again. I'm like, wait a minute. They actually stood toe to toe. You can see for a few seconds he was looking for an opening, and he just abandoned ship and went in and
he went for it.
It was so weird. I'm like, wow. It's so funny how you watch something the first time and you watch it the second time, you see things you didn't see before. And that right there tells me, like, well, if he got into his head, then I could have seen him rushing in once the referee said, let's get it on, or go. Are you ready? Ready, go. But that wasn't the case. He actually stood toe to toe for a few seconds.
For a few seconds.
But it's weird. It's just so weird. It just tells me that maybe, I don't know, that maybe he didn't get to his head. But I don't know. Because if he got into his head, well, maybe he didn't get into his head. Because I could see myself, if I want to hurt somebody, I'll just rush him. I'm not going to sit there and plot something and then rush. That's weird, because now I'm giving the opponent an opportunity to do what happened. I mean, come on, you stood there for a few seconds and you're going to rush in. So Conor just took one back step and just boom. I think he took a back step and then launched it. So I don't know if it was more of what you call this momentum going against him.
It was timing.
Timing was perfect.
That's what that was.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Perfect time. Again, I don't know what Jose Aldo. It was, so you got to watch that again. You'd be like, oh wow, because I didn't realize. Was it like a few weeks ago? I was like, wow. So he stood there for a few seconds and then rushed. So that's very weird. Any other names you want to throw at me?
Like, what do you mean?
I'm looking at Khabib, and I forgot he's undefeated.
Yeah, I forgot. Khabib has yet to lose a single fight, and that is also the crazy part about this fight. Everything Khabib has done has been good. It has worked. He has not had to falter. He hasn't even lost a single round.
Nope. And that just tells you this guy is, because look.
Yeah. What happens when he does lose that round? I mean, if and I'm saying if, and I said it like 3 times. If Conor starts picking him apart from the outside and Khabib can't get in there to double leg him or single leg him or trap him up against the fence, and he can see that belt slipping out of his hands in the first round, what kind of mental effect is that going to have on him? Now, I know he's tough as nails, don't get me wrong, but we don't know how he's going to react because of the
we don't know.
Because he's never been in that situation before.
I mean, Khabib is 5'10" and Conor is 5'8". Oh, okay. So
Khabib is a huge guy. I mean, he was wrestling with Rockhold.
Oh, wow.
Yes, Rockhold.
Wow.
And and tearing him up. I mean, just like muscling him. Khabib is a huge guy.
He's a
That's
big
the big
dude.
difference. Yeah, and
He's
that
a
may be
big
another
dude.
reason why he is dominating that weight class as well, because he's stronger than just about everybody he comes up against. Even though he doesn't look like it, he's just got a big, strong frame.
Yeah, exactly. Deep down inside, he's a big, strong dude. Now he never fought J.C. Ferguson, right? That fight never happened, right?
Who Khabib?
Yeah. Did that fight ever happen? I don't think it happened.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't think that. I'm looking at the list and I don't see. I know they're supposed to fight, but that fight never happened. No, I don't. No, I don't see it on there. But see, the thing is, I'm looking at Khabib's record. He has a few wins by punches, right?
Yes,
but
they've all been ground and pound. I think.
Oh, okay.
All of them ground and pound. He's holding his guys down and just pummel them until they give up. Okay. And that's the thing. Like, people have submitted, but mainly due to punches. Well, he did a Kimura on.
He has a Kimura. He has triangle chokes. But here's the thing that's interesting to me. He has a lot of unanimous decision wins. It just tells me that he doesn't mind going into the deep.
Yeah, he does go into the deep.
He doesn't. I don't think it affects him at all. This guy got some extreme cardio, dude.
I heard, and this is, I don't know who show I was watching. I think it was, I can't remember his name right now. How come I can't remember his name? Anyway, I was listening to some program. I'll find it out later. Oh, Brendan Schloeb or Schleb. I can't remember.
Schaub?
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
And he was talking about he had heard one of a coach, really good coach. I can't remember what his name is right now. Watched him fight, wrestle five really good wrestlers, and they went until the other guy gave up, and Khabib had all five of the guys give up trying to fight him.
Wow.
Yeah, give up. Not just, oh, you got me that time. No, they were like, I can't take any more of this. I'm done. Yeah, this guy's a beast when it comes to wrestling. That's again why, like I said, if I was picking right now, I would go against Conor McGregor.
You got no choice.
I would say Conor McGregor, if Khabib just deals with the first round and keeps Conor moving and keeps him struggling to use up some of that energy that Conor has in the later rounds, I say Conor starts to fade a little bit. And that's all he needs to get hold of him really good. And then he doesn't let go, because he can keep doing that all night long. He could do 5 rounds of just wrestling. Yep. And keep going. He could probably do like 10 rounds.
And that's the thing. I don't think Conor can do that.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Conor will eventually gas out. Either give up his back or get pummeled,
But see, here's the thing, though. I still could see a fresh Conor.
Yes, I definitely can see that too. Yeah. He's done it on more than one occasion. If he can keep it standing, he's a beast. But like you said, there's a lot of decisions going on here, and what that also tells me is that it's very rare that that this guy goes for a submission,
right?
And on top of that, it says you have to be able to defend against his ground and pound, and if you can defend against it, you can last until the bell, maybe. So,
it's yeah, it's like, as much as I'm looking forward to watching this fight, but I don't like I said, like I was saying, like I don't know if Conor survives round 1. Like, okay, I'm gonna say Conor probably has a speed advantage. Or if you have to look at the two, so obviously
I would say definitely has a speed advantage.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So He has a speed advantage, so obviously he has an opportunity to counter and elude. But my biggest concern is once Khabib grabs him, you know, it's over. And I'm sure Chad Mendes is a faster fighter than Khabib as well. Because I know Chad was able to catch up to Conor and take him down. I don't know if Khabib could do that.
Yeah, that's the big question there too. I think you're absolutely right, and that if Conor will get opportunities because Khabib is not super fast. He's not explosive.
No,
he's got a different kind of. He's got power.
No question.
He's not explosive though, and that's a big difference in Conor's world because he's got explosive energy. And that he's like a boxer in that sense that he got those twitch reflexes where it's just he just can snap it out there and then he's moving someplace else and looking at different angles. And that's going to be a nightmare for a slow wrestler.
Right.
A nightmare. Like he's gonna, if he can get hold of him, not a problem. But if he can't, long night. Long night.
Yep. And that's what it comes down to. If can he grab him? Is he now? I have to watch some fights of Khabib and see how he moves, how fast he is. Like, is he at least close enough? Can he get him? You know, because question is though, he's 2 inches taller than Conor. I'm looking for the reach advantage though. I don't know who has the longer arms between the two.
Yeah, they don't really give their reach.
Yeah, I don't see the reach because the thing is, right, with Conor backing away and trying to counter him, if he doesn't have the reach, it might be a lot of misses going on. But then again, he may have to risk being close enough to hit him. Question is though, how close is too close where he can you know what I
mean? I hope he has an answer for that one because if he doesn't, it's going to be a short night.
Yep, like I said, I'm looking forward to this, but I have some concerns that it may not go. Like people who are Conor McGregor fans, who's going to buy these pay-per-views and a ticket, ready to cheer their man on. You know, Conor McGregor is making his epic UFC return after what 2 years?
Yeah,
about 2 years away.
That's why I'm not too concerned about it. Honestly, not that I'm a big fan, but he hasn't been in the cage for 2 years.
Yep.
And I just don't see that as an elite Conor.
No, and this is a fight that would make sense for the journalists, for the fans like us who go by the numbers and go by, well, this is the guy he has to face. But if they were to say, well, it's Conor McGregor, this guy is probably the biggest name right now. I mean, who's bigger than Conor right now? I mean, I can't think of anyone.
Nobody.
Right.
Even though he hasn't fought in like 2 years,
he's still a name.
He's still
everybody knows Conor McGregor. Everybody knows him. Even people who are not into MMA know who Conor McGregor is. Now he's coming back. He's come back to the UFC. UFC's preparing this big presentation, this big this and big that. Like, oh, Conor's back. Conor's back. But they don't realize they're sending Conor into the pool of sharks. I don't know. I am a little concerned. I'm not a Conor fan at all, but at the same time, I'm a fan of the UFC, and I love to see a good fight. I don't think I'm just concerned that we may not get that. I think Conor's going to get taken down, and
well, that's still a good fight. If Khabib's able to use what he does best against Conor McGregor, that's still a good fight.
Is that a good fight in your opinion? Yeah. Okay.
Well,
for what they're trying to get out of it?
Versus a grappler. We can agree that Conor McGregor and Khabib standing up, McGregor wins 9 out of 10 times. If not 10 out of 10 times.
Okay, I could live with that. See, I don't know.
Then with Khabib, he wins 9 out of 10 times or 10 out of 10 times.
I would say 10 out of 10. I won't
exactly.
even.
It's a grappler versus striker.
Yeah. You could even make the thing is, right, I could even say striker. I could say 10 out of 10 for Conor. Question is though, I don't know
I always think about that lucky strike. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Strike. With his power, yeah, that's true. Okay. Yeah. So 9 out of 10 is fine for Conor because with that power, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
That could hurt. But the other way around, it's not even a debate.
Right. I agree.
That's the thing, though. That's what's probably going to happen.
I know we could talk all night about this, but I'm going to have to call it a
Oh wow! Look at that.
Call it over. We're not going to talk anything more. That was just something to get you started, really, and I think we went off on it.
Hey, that's what JBR is about. Bring out the best of people.
Now we're talking. All right, so we're going to have to close this up, and this was. I'm not going to say it's officially the first, but it is definitely our first test or our first audio, a podcast, our first podcast.
Finally, he says the right term.
Yes. And Dave, I appreciate your time.
Hey, my pleasure, brother.
All of the knowledge that you bring to the table.
You're probably laughing on the other side, but it's all right.
All right, we're gonna call it quits right now, all right, buddy?
God bless, brother. Give your family my regards.
Peace out. We'll have this again. We'll have this discussion again.
Can't wait. God bless.
Later, brother.
Peace.
God bless. Peace.